Good morning, friends. Hello. I just got to get my iPad going and turn the volume down because I was cranking up the music this morning. All right, let's see. Me, and there I am. Fantastic. All right. There's the cue to watch me live. Love it. All right. Good morning, everyone. It is Mary Jo Snyder. I am here live with you on my YouTube channel. Let's caffeinate and create. Got some coffee this morning. You know, that beautiful color of very creamed up coffee. Good morning, Maggie. Welcome. Good to see you here on this beautiful Sunday. It's a little rainy here with some overcast, but the sun is going to shine later. I'm sure the weather in California is as it has been. I get updates from my daughter all the time. Thank goodness for FaceTiming and all that fun stuff, being able to text and stay in touch like that. So it also makes me very happy to have that opportunity here with all of you. So I'm not showing my face. I've not gotten ready for the day. I'm not sure what I'm doing today. I know there is, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Mary Jo Snyder. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States in upstate New York, Finger Lakes region. I am so honored to play with the Perfectly Pears product collection. I will share all the elements with you. We've got this beautiful paper in front of us. Oh, I do so much, and I cannot wait to come visit so that I can also meet you. There's going to be so much opportunity for that, so I look forward to it. Yes, yeah, she's living her dream, and I love every second of it. So she'll send me little clips here and there of what she's doing on set where she works, and she just kind of oversees and all this fun stuff, and it's just great. I love it. So I'm happy for her, and of course. Friday, June 25th, July 25th, this past Friday, marked the 1 year from now, 365 days this past Friday, when my son and future daughter-in-love, as Missy Shipman would say, will be exchanging their vows next year. So we have now, today is 363 days. I don't know who's counting down more, me or them. So I'm very excited for Nigel and Maddie. We have a fun year ahead of us and so many more to come. So it's all about making memories and just enjoying every bit of every second that you are given on this beautiful earth. So, all right. It is way too soon to be drinking pumpkin spice, but I do have pumpkin spice coffee this morning because I need to get to the store, and that is all that was in the house for the most part. So I didn't feel like messing with the non-K-cup thing and dumping grounds and all that stuff. So that's what I got. It tastes real good. Not worried about it. Welcome everyone who is catching me live, and those of you that are on replay. I am completely excited that you are joining me as well. And we're going to get started. I have 2 cards to share with you today. One, because I need to fulfill a commitment to sharing or to sending out swap cards. Usually we have to have them done by the 25th, and I am always lagging. So I have 3 cards to get out in the mail tomorrow morning to complete my cards for July 2025. If anyone interested in this group that I belong to, it is not Stampin' Up! Based. You can use whatever from your stash to complete projects and swap with people, and you get amazing fun stuff in the mail as well. So there's a lot of fun things, and it's amazing. And if you're interested in the link, I can share it in the description of this video. There's rules and regulations and all that stuff, but I have gotten so many amazing things that inspire me, and 2 of the cards actually. One is a sketch challenge and one is a fun fold challenge. So I have 2 people to send the fun fold to and 1 person to send the sketch to. So I am going to do those today using the Perfectly Pears. So let's get started. My website, if you're interested in purchasing in my online store, oops, you can't really see it, is right there. So you might want to take a screenshot, because once I get things rolling here, that's going to probably disappear from this area, but I'll bring it back at the end of this video. So, and of course, embrace the journey. And I came across my heart-shaped rock, And there is, let me bring that down a little bit more, story behind the heart-shaped rock. Holly, who gifted me this book that I used to read from all the time, which I'll start doing again next weekend. She, hearts are symbolic for her. She's up in heaven and she's watching over, she's got her wings, and she got them this year. It'll be 14 years, I believe, that she has been gone, and I used to work with her at the school. But anyway, anytime you find something with a heart, or I find something with a heart, or a friend does, and we share it with one another, we know that Holly is present, and I came across that the other day. So it was just a little reminder that she's here with me always. So, all right, so we're going to move this stuff aside for now so I can share this awesome paper. And it looks like I need to move my, oops, sorry. It's not me if I don't make noise, right? I'm going to move some stuff aside so I'm not spilling my coffee as well. So, all right, here is this gorgeous paper. Now, I have found that this paper has so many more colors in it, as most Stampin' Up! Paper does. This is designer series paper. If you ever hear me say DSP, that's what it stands for. And the predominant colors here are basic beige, darling duckling, mossy meadow, old olive, petal pink, and secret sea. However, when you see me, hello, Sue. Hey, welcome. When you see me using different colors, you're going to say, wow, that does go with that. There are so many other colors within this. Matter of fact, there is a blue tone. It's not mentioned in here. And actually, that probably is, yeah, that could be like a soft misty moonlight, or even cloud cover would bring out that hue of those different elements. But let's go through this paper. So you have this beautiful print, and on the back side it's always a more subtle calming background, and that's old olive and misty, or I'm sorry, mossy meadow. We've got these pears, beautiful. I could totally see a die cutting this out, or you know, you could attempt a fussy cut. It doesn't look like it would be too bad if you're leaving all the background color within to use as elements. Oh, you do? That's good to know. I will have gifts for you when I see you next. So I'm excited that you love this. So another beautiful, kind of a calming, more subtle background where you can use as a base layer. This I love. It's so, everything fruit I love so much, and I've said that in the description in my video here. I absolutely love fruit things, fruit themed items, kind of that country vibe, but yet this is so elegant. I love this. We're going to be using this sheet of paper, part of this sheet, for layers in a card that I have to do for my sketch. And this is the back side, which totally reminds me of like bees. You know, you got, it's not honeycomb, but it's just that color. That darling duckling reminds me of like honey and just that kind of vibe. So definitely very country elegant theme going on here. Now this sheet, I'm going to pull this back out because I want to show you a couple things, and I'm also using this as, hey Lisa, good morning. I'm also using this page to die cut some images because the dies, actually let me just show you now. These are the dies. I pulled them all off of my page here so I didn't lose them on my magnetic sheet. But there's the larger pear, which you will notice there is a little bit of a white border, so I ended up trimming it a little bit more, but it will fit on there. You also have the double pears, which this die will fit on. And you have the leaves, the double leaves, which that die will fit right there, as well as there's a cluster of floral images, and I believe if you line that up right, it will cut out that cluster of flowers as well. So you have 4 different options with this paper to die cut right from the paper so that you don't have to do any coloring yourself. But who wouldn't want to color, right? It's very therapeutic. All right, so we've got that, and we'll just put these back on here until I need them. These are not the magnetic sheets that I love the most. Those come from Stampin' Storage, and I need to restock. I just need to wait until I can budget that in. I have got to get my cruise paid for. So there is that. Looks like I'm missing something that I just took off of there, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, they're all there. 10 dies. So the back side of this is beautiful. I can even see this being used on a Christmas card, right? You could add some little berries with gems or whatnot, or do a Christmas sentiment with some pops of red. Yes, a lot of different things going on. I love this. You could do a one sheet wonder. I don't know why I just flipped that because it's still upside down there. You could do a one sheet wonder, cutting these as the bases, but you would have a blank piece here. Great for scrapbook page. Yay. We will be doing a scrapbook page or two with this week. This is my product collection focus for the first week of August, which will be this week. So this is the back side. So we are using part of this as well, this side of the paper during this presentation. And this is another sheet we are using today. I absolutely love it. It's so beautiful. I love the cluster of stuff. And of course the back side has some old olive and the old olive stripes and the Secret Sea background. You're thinking it's black, but it's Secret Sea, and I just absolutely love the new in colors. So we have that. All right, so what I want to share with you first is this is a card that I need to create, which I did do a sample this morning, which is partially why I'm not showered and ready for the day. This is called a corner fold. I don't know, I can't look at my phone, but I believe this is a corner fold, and it's a fun fold. And of course my fold line was off. You can see that this was my very first attempt, but I'm going to show you how to create this. And it's a fun interactive card, and I love that I could die cut these images out without having to do too much fussing and just stamping the sentiments. You can see where I made a mistake here, but I'm going to show you how to build this card. It's a familiar card fun fold for a lot of people. A lot of people have done it. I have never given it a try, but it was part of the challenge for the month of July, and I signed up to swap with 2 people. And I think that I need to find all my goodies for the month of July and share them with all of you on a separate video from this group. But remember, I'll share the link to this Facebook group that you can become a community member with if you choose to. But in order to stay active in the group, you have to at least do, I believe, 1 swap per month. I sign up for a ton and then I fall behind, mind you. It is 2 days after the fact that I need to get these done and in the mail, so that's okay. All right, so I have the bits and pieces that I need for this card. I also want to finish showing you the remainder of this product collection. So this is a stamp set. I love that you can do the 2-tone or the 2-step stamping. Those are the inside of these florals. There's some splotch marks. I always love when they give you some grunge stamps. Congratulations, a good friend is a gift. Hello, thank you, and friend. Love the different fonts. And of course you would stamp the outline and the inside. It's kind of a distinctive stamp, so it gives you that effect of shading within the stamped images. This one would be a little tricky for me. So you'd have like, I would go over the stem with a different color, and I would stamp the leaves in, or clean it off, and you know, we'll play with that throughout the week as well. So I'll give you tips and tricks on how to use a lot of these stamps. And yeah, so there we go. There's 14 stamps in this set. They are photopolymer. So you have your photopolymer, and you will want to have your Stampin' Pierce mat, your Versamark to season your stamps, as well as, yeah, that's it. However you want to season your stamps, that's what you do. I already showed you the dies. These are the beautiful gems that you get in the product bundle or the product collection. They're low profile sparkle dots, and they're in Darling Duckling, Old Olive, or Mossy Meadow, I should say, and Secret Sea. So you can see they're low profile. They don't stick up a whole lot on your finished product, but it gives you that bling that you need with the sparkle. It's really beautiful, and I love them. Haven't used them yet. I didn't put them on my finished project, but I do need to do that, so I use everything in my collection. And of course, this gorgeous ribbon. You've got Mossy Meadow with specks of gold. Flip it over and you have more gold than you have Mossy Meadow. I love that you can use the reverse side of ribbon, and it's just so beautiful. So that is something that you can, Mossy Meadow and Gold Trim is what that's called. These are items that come in a complete suite collection. They are online exclusive. So if you're looking for this, you want to search Perfectly Pears, and the whole product suite will come up, I'm sure, as well as the individual items. You can purchase them a la carte, or you can purchase them as a complete product collection like I did. Now, I took advantage of the product collection, the suite deal that they had going on, where I purchased one suite and then I got another suite half price. So I was lucky enough to get this entire suite for like 30 some dollars with my discount as well, which is a bonus when you are a demonstrator. Plus, I was able to order it before others could get their hands on it. If you are a demonstrator, you have pre-order opportunity. So that makes me very happy as well. There's so many benefits to being a demonstrator. If it's something you're interested in, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to give you more information and walk you through the process and how to sign up. I would love to have you on my team. The starter kit is most often $99 plus tax. Shipping is free, and you get $125 worth of product, which is great. Then your next order that you place at the starting title that you would be bronze, and you would get a 20% discount on future orders. You earn product credit, such as the Stampin' Rewards. I guess I should say that. So every $20 you spend, or anything $20 or more, you earn 10% back in your Stampin' Rewards, which is wonderful. There's no pressure to have a maximum order to get host rewards anymore, which I absolutely love because I cannot always reach that threshold. So it's nice to spend $20 on a bunch of adhesive or one stamp set and earn $2 in my bank of rewards to use at a later date. I have a year to use those rewards up until the date of accumulating them. And it's awesome that you can bank all of your rewards and save them for maybe an upcoming catalog that might be coming out, such as the January to, no, excuse me, I'm ahead of myself, the September through December, or is it August through, I think it's September through December catalog. And that is going to have a lot of holiday stuff, winter themed, fall, and all that good stuff. Remember, your Halloween products are only in the online exclusive. They get those out to us sooner. And there are several products out there, well, a few. And I did purchase the one product bundle, or the suite collection, that I will be playing with in the next few weeks. Probably the month of August, I will be using that product not August. September, if it's still available. I will be using that product bundle, or that product collection, for Halloween projects. So anyway, we're going to get busy because I know you're all here to watch me craft and not give you all the spiels. So any questions you have, just reach out to me. I'm happy to help in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, let's get started. So we're going to start with this card here. I am going to add some gems to that when it gets to that point. And then we will make the other card, which I did not finish, but that's okay. We'll finish it together. And then I'll make another one for me to have for myself. All right, so I have cut down, actually, I don't need this scoring tool, or that. I lost my scoring blade to my paper trimmer. No big deal. I usually pull this out anyway. So what I want to do is create all the folds that I need to create for this card. Now, there are a few tricks. And I'll teach you it on my scoring tool, my Simply Score tool. This is a great tool to have. And you're going to take a piece of 4 1/4 by 11, which you can get 2 of these out of an 8 by 11.5. I'm sorry, an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. I'm using Petal Pink, and I am going to score my first score mark at 5.5. Okay. Now, also what I want to do, I'm going to flip this, because I need to make a tick mark at 4 1/4. Just a little tick mark right there. And then I'm going to show you, hopefully, how to do this. And then I'm going to line up. You see, I've flipped that back over so the tick mark is showing at the base, or the bottom portion of my card. Okay. Let me actually do something different. I want to score this again on the reverse side so that it can fold either way without making crazy marks. All right, so I did flip that. I made the 4 1/4 tick mark at the top. I'm going to flip that back over. I am going to line up this tick mark. That's why I have a black line down my 6-inch mark. I'm going to put the point of this in that 6-inch track, And then I'm going to also put my tick mark in that 6-inch track. I'm going to take my scoring tool and I'm going to create a score line, diagonal score line, like so, okay? And that is going to create that fun portion to allow this, if you can see underneath here, I'll show you. It's going to create this fold here for me to adhere this section on and create that mechanism to fold that out, okay? So we've got that all done. Hopefully I measured correctly. The first few that I did were not right because I heard her say 4.5 and it was supposed to be 4.25. So, all right. Now I want this portion is going to fold to, so this is going to be, let me see here. All right, this is, it's going to fold upward. So I'm going to fold this in half. The score mark is closer to the left side or the right side. I do know my directions, not always. And then this is going to fold up on that score line, and it should be even, hopefully, with that top section of your card. Now, if you have some overlapping, like right there, I kind of have an ubu, I'm just going to trim that. It's not going to be a big deal at some point. And there shouldn't be any overlap. If there is, just come in with your paper trimmer. It's not a big deal. And trim that section off. Or your, you know what I'm saying? Or fold it down a little bit so that it's not showing that piece hanging over. And that's just me and my score line and, you know, my oops. No big deal. You can fix that. It's not anything detrimental to the project, okay? So then that is all done, scored, folded. Then I have a piece of Granny Apple Green. Did I not say that there are different colors in this paper? I'm totally seeing Granny Apple Green. I'm seeing Lemon Lolly, the lighter shades of the yellows. Like there's blue hues here, a lot of different shades of stuff you can, and I think the blue hue is actually a lighter shade of the Secret Sea, which would end up being Cloud Cover. So you have that. This square is 4.25 by 4.25. The Designer Series paper is 4 by 4. Those are going to layer together. I have 2 strips of Granny Apple Green that are 1.25 inch by 4.25. Of course, I have, you're going to laugh, I'm going to use this as part of my die cut image because this stuff on the edge is not a waste. You can use it because it's going to get tucked under stuff. Let me bring stuff down so you're seeing what I'm doing. I'm off screen. But these pears I'm going to use because you can see the ends of, or the edge tucks under this pear, and it's going to be perfect to hide. So you can utilize things on the edge if there's enough of the image there for you to be able to do so. So we've got that. I've got the small pears, the large pear, and the stem and leaves that I'm using. We have the Designer Series paper, which is a flip side of another piece of paper. And I'm going to use these. There's 2 of these, and these are 1 inch by 4.25. Okay. No, 1 inch by 4. Let me just measure that to be sure. Yes, 1 by 4. So you've got 2 of those. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and also I'm going to pull in, you know, those wonderful edges you get when you cut your paper down to the 5.25 by 4 as an inside layer, which I will need to cut down. You save those pieces so that you can use later. Well, that's what I use to stamp these words on the outside, and I just cut them down to layer on the larger pear. So we're going to do that as well. All right, so here we go. Let's do our stamping, which means that I need another piece of basic white that is going to measure. Let me make sure this is 5.25. It is. And I'm going to cut that down to 4 inches. And right there we go. We'll use this piece for our stamping. So we've got that for the inside of our card. Now, when you fold this open, there's a trick. You want the words here to be this way, because when you open this up, it's all going to be in the same direction. So when you stamp your inside piece, you want it to face, it's kind of weird if someone were to open the card and go like this, like you stamped that wrong. But no, you lift from the corner, and there you go. It's all in the same direction. So when we're stamping our first, I want to stamp on the inside of my card. I'm using Early Espresso because I'm also pulling that color out. Even though it's Pecan Pie in the Designer Series paper, I am pulling in Early Espresso because I think that there are hints of this color as well in the stems of the leaves and the pears. So because it kind of gives you a variation in tones within the color, it's using a lot more than what we are told on the outside of the package. But I'm sure they can't list every single color that it coordinates with. Their concept artists are very diligent in making sure the primary colors are named, so that are being used in the kit or in the paper. So there's that. A good friend is a gift. I love when they mix the fonts. So we have the inside of our card stamped. Oops, I shut my ink pad. Must be I was worried I was gonna dump something in it. All right, I'm gonna stamp hello. And I'm gonna stamp friend. These were already seasoned, already used for the first card. And then I'm going to trim these. Now you can use a paper cutter if you want to. It's not necessary, because if you can cut straight, which isn't always easy, but I'm going to go ahead and just cut these words. And we're going to cut this down as well. So I'm just trimming a straight edge. And I am without my anxiety meds today. And not a day for me to be without them. I ran out. So we're gonna face the trenches today without my anxiety meds. And I have something to do today that is probably going to create major anxiety for me. But you know what? We're going to practice the let them theory today, as I try to do most days. And I am going to go to a celebration of life where I'm sure there will be people that will be a challenge for my anxiety. But you know what? Let them. Bring it, right? Bring it on. I have people that love me, and that's all that matters. All right, so I'm looking forward to seeing some people. I'm a little hesitant in wanting to see others. But you know what? It's not about them. It's about Ray. Ray used to be a team member of mine. She passed away from cancer, a very long battle with cancer. And of course, I hate cancer. And I'd like to say something specific right now, but I can't. You all know where I'm going with that. But anyway, Rayanne, and only friends and family could really call her that, Rayanne. Ray Gallegos, close family, close to the Gibson family, which brought us together, because my mom was, long story short, either way, there's a celebration of life today at the Blue Eagle. If anyone knew and loved Ray, then I highly recommend you go. The doors open at noon. There's music, there's food. The bar will be open. There will be fruity libations going on. And there will be the menus open as well. So if you don't want to partake in whatever is provided, then you could do whatever. Just show your support. There are 40 baskets, well over 40 baskets for raffling. And they are doing a 50-50 raffle. And Ray's goal was to give back to hospice because they were so kind and wonderful to her, as well as loved ones in her life, and friends alike. So with that, I know the importance of supporting hospice, with Brett being on hospice for the 4 days that he was home before he passed. So anyway, that's my spiel. I'm going to go. I'm going to support Lisa Hargraves. She's an amazing human being, and her and Ray were like inseparable. They were the best of friends for life, I think. And I'm going to go say hello to her and others and, do my part. And yeah, if you guys can get out there, if you're local and want to go to Blue Eagle, you can Google that or find it on Facebook, Blue Eagle Tavern. And yeah, I'm going to head there today for a little bit just to pay my respects to the family and all of that. You got this, babe. Get some liquid anxiety med in you and think of Ray. Thank you. I certainly will. She deserves to be recognized. She was an amazing human, a beautiful soul. We didn't always see eye to eye, especially when it came to certain views. But anyway, that's okay. I'm not going to bring that up. But she was a kind soul. She loved dogs, and she loved the heck out of my dogs. And she was just really, really a good person. And yep, another angel watching over us. So, right? All right. So back to this amazing fun fold. All right. So we've got our stamping done. Let's build this. We're going to add these two pieces, layer these two pieces together. And can you believe I am completely out of seal? That's crazy. So I had to place an order with free shipping. And I still did not get enough for me to last what I need. But I do what I can with the funds that I have when I can, right? All right. So there's that piece. And we're going to do all this other layering. We'll do this die cutting. Hopefully you guys are seeing me okay. I tend to keep wandering off the screen. I notice that when I'm doing YouTube videos live. Then I was like, I couldn't believe that my live video the other day didn't show. And I get on this morning and I was doing something and I noticed that it was this morning or last night, doesn't matter when, but that the video was still private when I was doing Paper Pumpkin. And I'm like, what? Yeah, after I do a YouTube live, I have to go in and change the settings from public to private. I don't know, or from private to public. I don't understand that because people can hop on public right now. It's just really weird. But anyway, I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to come here live. So, and I want to give a shout out to everyone that has subscribed to my channel. I truly appreciate you. Feel free to share my content with others. Just copy that link and send it on over to friends, whether you want to send it via Messenger, send it via Facebook post, whatever you want to do. I would appreciate you sharing. If you're not a subscriber, it costs you nothing to support my channel. You can just hit subscribe, hit like, give me some love, and comment. Let us know where you're from if you're new here. I love to share with so many wonderful people. So it's all about sharing and inspiring others. So, all right. Costs you nothing to support my channel. All right, so we're going to add this to the inside of our card. We've got all of our layers together with the exception of die cutting. It really comes together pretty easy once you have everything cut and you get your card base situated. So there's a little bit of a border around this, and can you believe I just used liquid glue on the inside of a card? Eek! And there's no oozing. I did pretty good. So far, so good. All right, with this, I'm going to come down. This does not obviously get glued down because it's part of your mechanism when you're folding. Okay, so I want to lay this card this way now because I want this to lay in the right direction this way, because when you fold it up, it'll be in the right direction the other way. It's really super cool how someone was genius coming up with this card. That's all I want to say. All right, but what I'm going to do is only put adhesive on this section. I don't want to go over the score lines, and I certainly don't want to ooze out anywhere because I don't want my card stuck together. That would defeat the purpose. Definitely, I did put the link to this precision tip bottle in the description of my Paper Pumpkin video from last Thursday. So you can find that. That was July 24th Paper Pumpkin video. So you can find that there, as well as the link to Amazon for the sand eraser. So they are sold in bulk, but once you search it or find it, you can I just saw something come across my screen. Bear with me. All right, it wasn't a message, so I'm going to hop back on here with you. Okay, so as I was saying, I don't really know, but when you pop this open, if it's the right side here, and you're going to pop this up, it's going to be the right direction here. Okay, so when you have directional paper, you want to make sure that you have that going the right way. Okay, this section is going to go right here. I don't know what I was saying previously, but that's okay. It'll come back to me. Oh, sharing, caring, all that stuff. At least I think that's where it was. All right, this is going to line up. Now this is the same length as the card base, the height. So it's just gonna It almost looks like that book binding, but it's not, because you're going to lift this up. And then we're going to add the other section right there. Just kind of ties it all together. And I see a piece of green popping out of the other side, so I'm going to have to trim those. Make sure you don't set that on the score line. Nobody has a perfect hand when they are cutting, so there is a little bit of overlap, and I should have cut that before I did all that. But there's a little bit of overlap there that I will trim when I'm done here. So we've got that. Now we're going to get out the Stamp Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm going to use my larger one, my Big Boss, because I have it all set up. Get those words out of the way so I don't lose them. And what I want to do, let's get you sideways so you can see what I'm doing. I've already got my fun sticky tape. What is it? Post-it tape. That also is in Amazon. I should get a storefront in Amazon. Post-it tape. I'll share the link with that. I think it comes in a pack of 4. And I haven't even gone through 1 pack yet. So, all right, grab my dies. And this is where we are going to try and line things up. And remember, this one, we're just lining up the half, obviously. We're going to add a piece of that Post-it tape over there after it's lined up. I may need to do these separate. So I'll cut this one out and then I'll do the last 2. I could have cut them apart and done them all at once. Actually, I'll do the leaves and the stem. And then we'll cut that big pear out the second time around. But if I were to cut this apart, I would have been able to do all that. Now, if these are off, it's because my head is not over in the camera. I'm trying to do this with a side view instead of looking over top. So hopefully I got them lined up okay. Well, that just moved on me, so that doesn't help. Let's grab that other piece of tape. Just tape that down again. A lot of it has to do with my mat down below. Wow, I keep moving things. All right, we're just gonna send it. It doesn't want to stay where it needs to. All right, we'll get the top plate. So I have plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, and my other plate 3. I need new plate 3s. If it doesn't cut the way I need it to, I can do some trimming, or I can just grab a different piece of paper and put my head in the screen and we'll be good to go. All right, so we'll put these back on my magnetic sheet. Hopefully I'm good here. I think it's a little off. It is a lot off. Is it? Yeah, I'm going to take a different one. Actually, I'll just trim that. I'll show you how to fix that when that happens. So we'll fix that. It's not too bad. Put these tapes down. Grab the other pear that I need. And we will line this up the best that I can. Tack that down. And it'll be fine. Tack that down so it stays still, hopefully. And run that through. All right. Garbage. I moved it. All right, so I did that a little bit better than the last one. It doesn't look like I have to do any trimming to that one. All right, so we're good there. Got dies put away, so they're not gonna go flying anywhere. I'm lost. Set this down on the floor. And, all right, we're good to go. So let's grab those elements. We've got our words all stamped. They're off to the side. I'm just going to fix this really quick, just taking my scissors, and I'm just going to get closer to the leaves. I mean, you totally could fussy cut these. You don't necessarily need the dies. It's nice to have them if you are just stamping and die cutting, but you can fussy cut most anything, to be honest. And it's kind of relaxing. See, but it helps you fix things. Ooh, can I tell you, last night, side note, random, squirrel. This is where I have a hard time, is when I can't see where I'm at. I don't want to say last night. Yesterday I went with my friend Lynette, fellow demonstrator, and she and I went to Fox Run, and we had planned this a while ago. She reached out to me, and we had met up not too long ago prior to that, and well, I guess it's been a minute, but we're trying to stay connected and, you know, spend time together doing things outside of this. And anyway, we went to Fox Run Winery over on Seneca Lake, and they had the Cousin's Maine lobster food truck there. Yum. Can you say yum? Yum. All right. Let's not get too carried away. I'll get back to that. All right. This stem has got to go on here. So what I'm going to do is actually just take a die. I almost cut that in half. Not take a die. I picked them up off the floor. Where'd I put them? Yes, drop them on the floor. I'm going to take this and reinforce that on there for now. Instead of using liquid glue, now you can see I like chop that pretty good. So once we get this set, I'll make sure that leaf is where it needs to be. All right, so what I want to do is layer this under here, but you can see you've got these sharp edges. I don't really want that. So what I'm going to do is trim around the sleeve. I'll get back to my story, no worries. Because there was something that sparked me when I was thinking fruit. And that's going to go like that. So the edges are going to be covered by the pear. Okay? The bigger pear. Let me see the original. I think it's more, they're both kind of slanted the same way. So I tuck that in like that. It's going to be like that. Okay? So with that, I am going to add another dimensional. Instead of gluing them together, this is how you can save on adhesive. Tack that down at the seam. Okay? Now finish putting dimensionals all over this. And I mean all over it. Crazy dimensional lady. I have seen someone that loves dimensionals more than myself, besides Bruno Bertucci. Bruno Bertucci, however you say his name. Sorry. They're Australian. They are Australian demonstrators, Kylie and Bruno. But anyway, Karen from Stampin' Up in the virtual album retreat, I cannot even tell you how many dimensionals she used on a photo mat. I was like, oh my goodness, you have an addiction. I thought I was bad. She is much, much worse. She doesn't want that to buckle or, you know what I'm saying? Flatten out, whatever. She wants it all the height. And pretty much this is what, if you see this, oh, thanks, Sue. Maybe we should make it together, right? Actually, wouldn't this be great as an element in a scrapbook? You are so clever. I can see your wheels turning, Sue. A fold element in one of your wonderful mini albums. You rock. I'm starting to think outside the box now. Now I've been hanging with you. Anyway, her photo mat was probably that cluttered with dimensionals. Now I want to make sure I lay this down right because I want that stem that has the cut in it to not look like it's cut there. So I lined that up pretty good, and that will stay where it needs to. I should have put dimensional under there, but I didn't. I did on this one. It's kind of thin for me to add anything, so I'm just going to leave it. And now we will take my trusty little, because now that I have my acrylic nails again, which I love. Could I afford it? No. Did I do it? Yep. Because I was chewing the heck out of my fingers. They were bleeding, and I had to. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, yes. Squirrel again. Let's put these words on our paper. So we want hello friend. That was a lot of glue for just that word. Hello. Hello. Now you can do them off center, off like tilt one versus the other. You can do them straight across. Oh, or you can drop it like I just did and have glue everywhere. Fantastic. It was bound to happen. Oh, my Lanta. We're just gonna, wherever it lands is where it's gonna go, right there. We'll get that glue off with our funky little glue eraser, adhesive eraser. Okay, all right, ribbon. We are going to tie our ribbon around this section. So I'm going to bring that here, flip that over, no wrinkles. Look at that side, it's so pretty. I'm leaving it on the spool if I can function. And I'm going to try and do, as I did before, it's a little bit thick ribbon, not thick. It ties nicely, especially with a bow and a bow maker. Kudos. Anyone wanting a bow maker, I highly recommend you find Kempton, Kempton Creations on Etsy. She makes bow makers now. If you're not familiar with a bow maker, they look like this, but hers are done with a 3D printer. And she is my team leader's daughter, Alexis Kempton. And she makes a lot of 3D things that I've shared with all of you. Okay, I'm trying to get this to go right. All right, so I've tied that part. I obviously cannot talk and tie at the same time. Full disclosure, I've been Googling to see if Goosewatch Winery still produces their... Oh, bet that's delicious, though. That's like me and late harvest wine. Oh, so that is kind of a flat knot, even though it's bulky. And I am going to kind of twist that around so the more gold shows. Grab my ribbon scissors. I was so happy to find my little dangle from Stampin' Up that I got. I don't even know what from. It was one of the incentives for being the title I was at. And I think it was Silver Elite at that time. And attending an event. I think it was an online event though, because they mailed it to me. So there's that. Now we've got all the fun going on. Now let's bring in those gems. And I still have one more card to make. I've been really talking up a storm this morning, right? All right, where did I put those pretty things? And I think I want to go with, I think we'll go with the Old Olive / I think they're Mossy Meadow, but we will cover our glue. I bet that pear wine, and I'm going to start looking for that now. I wonder if Hazlitt has anything. They do blueberry and all kinds of, well, no, it's not Hazlitt. Glenora Wine Cellars. I'm going to have to look. I'm going to Google some stuff, but wow, that sounds really good. It sounds like a nice beverage to have, even though we probably shouldn't at our fun times that we have together. Do you think the church would frown on that? Probably. All right, let's get this. We are going to do, I think, I'll do it right here. So we've got the green tone. I think they are Mossy Meadow. So I added those, 3 of them. Sparkle, Love. And, all right, that's not working. I need to use my putty end. 1. Sometimes I use my putty end and the whole dot comes off the adhesive. Drives me bonkers. And 2. All right, so kind of in a triangle format. Put those away. You know, I wasn't really thrilled with Darling Duckling, like the ink, but it's growing on me. I think because when I first stamp it, it looks kind of muddy, like, you know, green tone. So there is card number 1. Now I have these cards done to send to my swap people so they can go in the mail tomorrow. That makes me happy, and they will be happy too, because MJ runs a little late on things. Life in my lane. All right, we're casing this card. So this is actually the sketch card, and I love this. I've never made one of these. I've tried, and it's never turned out. Just look, Lenora doesn't either. We will find it. We will find it. I'm sure there's pear vodka. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I'm going to play with this. I love this. Of course, you know me and my vintage stuff. Absolutely love. And this is the inside of the card. And this card, I can't tell you. Oh, it came from Sonia T, handmade by Sonia T. And I love the fact that I have cards from others. And I don't care if they stamp the back of it, because this is going to go to someone, and I'm going to send a nice little hope perches in my soul. I love that. But I love this paper. It's so beautiful, and it's got like faux stitching or whatever. And of course, using doilies. I wish Stampin' Up, actually, Stampin' Up can come up with them or not. I just love the use of doilies. I have some that I could use if I wanted to. So, and I love the flecks. She used the technique of flicking ink on her finished project. So I'm casing this because this is the sketch card, and I wanted to use it for measurements. So what I've done, excuse me, I've grabbed a Darling Duckling. I'm going to show you how to do this, and then I'm going to keep one for myself. I've already done some cutting. I wanted to make sure that it came out okay. So I'm going to set that one aside, and we're going to do this from scratch. So I have a piece of designer series paper that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's going to be the total base of the top layer. And then I have the flip side of that is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And what we're going to do, and I'll do all my scoring in a minute, and I have no idea what I'm doing outside of this, but we are going to do this together. So what I want to do is grab my ruler, and I'm going to make some tick marks. And the first tick mark I want to make is going to be at 2 7/8. No, was it 2 7/8? No, I think I wrote it down wrong. I think it's 2 5/8. Oh, it is 2 7/8. Second guess myself. How dare I? The moment I don't second guess myself, we have an issue. Tick mark, 2 7/8. You're going to cut that away. Don't worry about it. On this side, you want to do 1 1/4. So line your ruler up there, and you're going to do a tick mark at 1 1/4, right? Yes, that's what I said. 1 1/4. This bottom section, I am going to do a tick mark at, from this here, 3 inches, right? But I want it angled like to here. So 3 inches, right about there. You'll have some scrap, doesn't matter. Now what you want to do is come in with your paper trimmer. So again, down 2 7/8, down 1 1/4. This section from here to here is 3 inches, okay? So you're going to line those 2 dots into this section, and you are going to trim that. And you can see, you may not be able to see, but I can see. So I'm trimming that off. So now, in order to, now I already know it's fine, 3 inches. I'm not going to see that tick mark, but what I can do is bring this over and measure this tip out to 3 inches, line this tick mark into the track, 3 inches right here, tick mark, and is that going to be right? No, it is not. It is going to be, why isn't it right? Hang on, because I need to do it this way. 3, how did I do it before? I know I did it. Don't cut anything yet if you're following along. There is, oh, this one. This corner is your 3-inch mark, not that one. The corner that had the 2 7/8 tick mark, that's where you're going to cut. So you're going to line that, put that corner there, and then you're going to trim that, and that's how you get that angled piece, like so. Mine may not be exact, but that's how I'm going, okay? So we've got that. Beautiful. Now, we are going to score, because I love a fresh, crisp score line. We are going to score at 5.5. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. We are going to fold and varnish. And somewhere I saw, oh, it must have just been a fleck of right there. It's not anything. And there the sun is. It rained and now the sun is shining and it's still hotter than blazes in my house. Refused to turn any air conditioner on. Oh, what'd I do? Cut this wrong? Sure did. That's okay. We'll grab this one because this one's cut right. Now this is going to go flush to the card base because that's what I want to do. If you don't want to do that, you can trim the edges down to 4 inches. Okay? So we got this. You could also do it this way and flip it and have that as the top. It's really your choice. Okay, so we're going to add. So this is my featured product for the month of August, which means I will be doing a class for 4 projects. If you place an order in my online store, you will see those 4 projects the beginning of August. And if you place an order in the month of August in my online store of $35 or more, you would get the class for free. No stamped images, but all the consumables. Okay? Okay. All right. That's just a sidebar. Now, I want dimensionals on this. Perfect. Dimensionals. We won't go crazy. Or will we? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, my story. Squirrel again. So as I was coming home, because we ate lunch, we had our yummy, I had lobster tacos and it was like so delicious. Yum. I know they're a little pricey. I didn't care. I got three tacos for $20. You can't beat that. They were good. It was lobster. It was like delicious. And it wasn't Maine, but it's cousin Maine. And it was great. And I was happy. And it didn't matter. And I was with good company. So there's that. I loved it. So anyway, on my way home, I had to go through Penn Yan. Or I decided to go through Penn Yan instead of around. I had to stop at Seneca Farms because it just made sense to get ice cream. Right? Yes, of course. All right. Now, what are we going to do with this? We want something to go here. And I know exactly what I want it to be. I'm going to pull out my Keeping Tabs punch. And I'm going to pick out a color that coordinates, that is kind of a lighter hue. And I think maybe petal pink would be really pretty. So let's find petal pink scrap since I messed up a lot of these. So I ended up getting, oh, they had this sundae they were advertising. They had this sundae they were advertising, and it was lemon blueberry sundae with cheesecake pieces, right? First of all, lemon and blueberry are like the bomb, okay? So, and I love blueberry, and I love lemon stuff. So I'm like, oh. All right, we're going to pop that out. I had to take advantage of that. So I pulled in, and I'm like, you know, I don't really want to deal with a sundae because I was going to be driving, even though I was still eating with a spoon. Anyway. I did not indulge in alcohol at the winery. We drank water, and it was fine. And there was an amazing musician there, and I can't tell you his name off the top of my brain, but isn't that going to look cute tucked in there? Absolutely. Or over here. And we're going to put some sentiment there. Okay. All right. What else do we have here? Thank you. Sure. Sure. So anyway, I ended up getting, I said to the girl, I said, can you do the lemon blueberry cheesecake sundae in a flurry? Absolutely. So it ended up being, the ice cream was lemon blackberry twist. Lemon blackberry. But they use blueberries in the sundae. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. You want to talk about refreshing? There was no like syrupy stuff. It was just blueberries and lemon, and it was just so good. So good. I don't really think I need all of this, so I'm going to trim this. Actually, I'll just adhere it together because I think, well, we're going to use it. I'm going to type thank you on this. Goodness gracious. Work brain. Thank you. Versamark. I'm really glad I didn't take a shower yet because it is like so hot in here. But anyway, refreshing lemon, blueberry, blackberry with little pieces of goodness cheesecake. It was so refreshing. So that ended up being my dinner. So I literally, that's all I ate was the lobster stuff. I'm going to stamp this in Secret C. I've already done my Versamark. Oh, where is my, oh, there it is. Boy, I cannot talk and do all this at once. All right, this has to be stamped like so. All right, I want to make sure I stamp this right. Anyway, it was refreshing, and I guess that's where I was going with that. All right, thank you. You're welcome. Perfect. This is going to be adorable. Glad I thought of that. I love this this label, whatever it is, punch. Keeping tabs. It is a current product. I love it, even if it wasn't. This is going to go here, and then I'm going to, so I'm going to pop this up, but I want it to fit like that. So let's add dimensionals to the back side of that, and then we'll adhere. You know what I'm saying. You're picking up what I'm putting down. You don't want to get too close to the edge with your dimensionals because you're going to want to slide to the left. Sorry. They're going to ban me because I do singing on here of songs that probably are copywritten. So kudos to the singer. Is that not adorable? I'm loving it. And then we're going to do some stamping of something so that we can put a pear or something right there because I kind of covered them all here. All right, now we can take some adhesive and you can adhere that together. You just had to be able to, you know, add that like that. Not cappuccino ice cream. I know. Believe me, I was looking. They had coffee and cappuccino. I like that. Cappuccino crunch. That'll be my next thing. But that's hard ice cream, and they can't do that in the flurry machine. I know. But definitely loving the coffee flavors. All right. Is that not cute? All right. Cute. It's elegant. All right. We need to put something here. What are we going to put there? We are going to find a focal point, and that is going to be, oh, yes. Do I want to use some of that? It's kind of the same color though, but I know exactly what to do with that. And somebody's getting this card. I need to make another one. It's so cute. Hold on, I need to get some dies. Oh, sweating. I need some dies, circle dies. Let's just grab, we'll do these stitch shapes, stylish shapes, excuse me. Stylish shapes. We're gonna do two different, so that would look great. I could do this. I could do that so I'm not cutting a whole bunch off. And that could be our focal point in the center. What do you think? Okay, sounds good to me. Or I could do this one here. I think I'll do that one. All right, so I'm going to trim that down. I think if it's 3 inches, it might be sufficient. Or 4. Let's just do 4. Yeah, that's fine. 4. And then, because you know what? I can buy more. I can buy more paper. I'm going to trim this right here, right there. And then I'm going to die cut that out. That's the pretty back side. That's so pretty. Looks like forsythia again. Brett's favorite. Oh, I wish that I could go down to the cemetery and actually plant a forsythia bush by his. I don't know what the regulations are, but if I could get away with it, I would do it. By his headstone. Okay, sidebar. We're going to cut that out with the second to the largest stitch shape. Boom. And actually that would be perfect, but I'm going to line it with some Secret C. So I'm going to get a bigger, actually, do I need to? Or should I line it? I think I should just leave it like that. Or should I line it with the petal pink? Tie it all together. I think I'm going to use Secret C. Let me grab a piece of Secret C scrap because I have a lot from doing a mini album with Celine that we're going to offer as a class. Yay! Shh, you didn't hear that from me. It's a secret. Secret. All right. It's because my friends inspire me. That's too small. Okay, so we'll grab this piece. Oh, actually, I think I found one. Oh, that's the same size. All right, I'll just cut this out. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. Thank you, thank you. All right, the top of my, did I lose it? Friends, what am I doing? Losing things. There it is. Got stuff everywhere. Someday I will dedicate time for cleaning this space. We get cones and drive down to the park to eat. Indian Pines, that's one of my favorite places. Indian Pines is the park that Dad used to take us all to, us and our friends. And now I'm going back a little bit, just saying. First of all, you know, we were kids in school, young. Dad was take us down to Indian Pines, and we would. And I think honestly, Seneca Farms was probably still there, but I don't know for sure. Maybe it wasn't Seneca Farms. I don't know how long we've been there. It doesn't matter. Regardless, Dad would take us down there, and this is when we could get in a truck in the bed of the truck, and there was like so many of us that he would take to to the place. Yeah, I think I want to tilt the pears a little. I think that's going to be perfect, and I'm not going to pop that up. I'm just going to leave it flush to the base of the layer, because if she ends up mailing it, I want her to be able to not have to use a ton of postage. So I will make another one of these for me. Oh, that's backwards. Whoopsie. So there's that. Just stylish shapes. And we'll add adhesive to this. It's so much fun. Tilt it this way. Yes. And then we'll add, so we've got thank you. We're going to add a piece of weight to the inside. I know I cut a piece. Maybe I didn't. Doesn't really matter. I'll cut one. I'm jealous. I want to make this card for myself. So I will make another one. Is this thick? Nope. This feels thick. Okay. Regular basic white cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And we want to do any stamping on that side. Thank you, friend. Thank you. Just thank you. We can leave this blank, or we can add something. You could add something if I knew where everything was. Yeah, well, I'm going to leave it blank. That's how I'm rolling today. Blank inside. I'm not blank inside. The card is. Did it goob up on me? I think it did. Oh, I left it open too long. Hang on. I have a pin somewhere. That does not happen very often. All right, we're gonna fuss with that later because, you know, we're running low on time. Not really, but I'm gonna grab my big Tombow. This is where things get ugly, friends. When you gotta pull out the big guns, you gotta get the googers off there. This is where things get scary. Oh, see? Goodness, really? Yep, scariness. That's going on the inside of my card. And we're gonna pray that it doesn't ooze, but that's a lot of glue. And that is why I like the precision tip bottles. And it's not very often that the tip clogs like that, so don't get discouraged by it. Okay, we're gonna mush the glue towards the center so it stays. I think I got gook on my finger. Doesn't matter. It's not very often that this gets clogged like that. All you gotta do is, and that's because I left the top off for too long. All you gotta do is stick a pin in there and it'll come right out from the inside and outside, so no big deal. But my pin is to be found. So there you go. We've copied this. This is the sketch challenge that I had, and maybe I should, no, it's perfect the way it is. Let's add some gems. Maybe no ribbon. Let's add some pretty gems. Pretty gems. I just have to find them. Pretty gems, and we're going to use Secret C because I think that is going to be pretty. And we'll take the putty end of our, we're going to add them to the top portion of our card so they don't get lost in the Secret C down below. Pretty. And I like how the sparkles in there are actually a green hue to tie it all together. How pretty is that? She is one lucky gal getting that card. So these are the cards that I have to send out for the swap group I belong to. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, hi Jane. Thank you for tuning in and watching and commenting. I truly appreciate it. So there you go. Fun fold. Again, goes like this. And this wonderful sketch challenge, which just has the fun element at the top. So thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you have a blessed Sunday, and I will see you again. I need to do some alternates to Paper Pumpkin because I have this idea, so I'm going to work on that, and the minute I have it done, I will announce when I will go live with that. It's not going to be my normal scheduled time, but I will announce because I'm going to play. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Sue. Thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, hit the love, give me some hearts, whatever, thumbs up, all the fun things. And but normally scheduled Thursday evening at 7:30. I will be, I don't know what I'm going to work on. And of course, next Sunday again, I will be live with Let's Caffeinate and Create. So for now, many Stampin' blessings. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday and have a beautiful week ahead. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye for now.